Wow, how to start? Um, I'm Thom McGuire. I'm an HQ supervisor here, and I live in Grand Rapids currently, but I'm from Washington, D.C. So, and my story is that I grew up in a home that was very supportive until I was 11 years old. And then my parents divorced while I was away at summer camp, and my grandfather died in the same summer. And I just lost it. So I became the kid who went from straight A's to then having very low grades, to lots of rebellious behavior. At 13, my mother moved to South Florida and gave me a choice that I could either move with her or I could stay with my dad. And so I moved in with my father, who only had one rule, and his rule was, don't lie to me. So if you want to drink off my bar, that's okay, don't lie to me. If you want to smoke pot, that's okay, don't lie to me. So I did all of those and lied to him as well, because I was 13. That's what you do. And then I found out recently that my mother actually flew to DC when I was in school and kept them from sending me to military academy, and said that when I went to visit her for the summer, she would keep me, and they wouldn't have to deal with me anymore. And so I went to visit her for the summer in Florida, and that's what happened. I was asked to stay in Florida, and she made me sign a contract that said if I ran away from home again, and I've done that several times, that she was done, and that she would just be done with me, and I would have to be on my own. And so at 15, we had a fight over a hairbrush, and I left home, and she changed the locks. And so for about 6 months, I lived between a dumpster and a 7-Eleven, and some couch surfing, finding somebody's room that I could sneak into after their parents went to bed and sleep on their floor. I would break into, there was an apartment complex near us who had a really nice pool room, and so I would break in and sleep on the couch from the pool room until I got caught. And then I found a homeless village that I moved into, and I lived there for about a year and a half. And in order to stay in the safety of the village each night, I had to sell a certain amount of marijuana on the street to be able to stay within the safety. And if I didn't, then they would take the money that I had, and I had to sleep outside the village. And it was much safer to be inside the village. So that's what I did. Then at 17, a guy took pity on me, for lack of a better term, or took an interest in me is probably the better way to say it. And knew that I was interested in audio and video and that kind of stuff, and asked me to run sound at a bunch of school assemblies that he was doing. And so I went to all these school assemblies, and at the last one he said, some of you are just really messing up your life, and if you don't get straight today, you're probably never going to get straight. And it made sense. So I talked to the guy afterwards, and then went to my mother. I swallowed my pride and said, hey, I've messed up. I need to get this stuff figured out. She gave me a choice. I could either get a job, or I could get my diploma, my GED, and go to college. And at 17, I didn't want to work. So I took my GED and my ACT test the same day and started school just a couple of weeks later. In 2009, I was in Cincinnati, Ohio, and visited a homeless village for the first time since then, since I left at 17. And it really devastated me. And that's when it became imperative in my being that that's people I needed to reach out to. And that's the story.